everyone, so welcome to Holly Be Healthy, the second episode. What we're making today is a cranberry juice or a cranberry tea like the one I'm drinking right now. We've got everything set here. We've got some cranberries, we've got some honey that's going in here, some cinnamon, some nutmeg. And as we go through this, I'm going to talk about each ingredient and why it's important and what you can use it for. We're going to start off with our main ingredient, which is, well, the water. So we're going to take our water, we're going to put it right here in the pot. It's going to be about half the way, for a pot this size, about half the way up. And this is going to be enough to make 2 or 3 servings, depending on how large your cups are. Okay, so there we go. It's a little bit more than halfway. So I'm going to start, and I'm just going to turn this on right on high. I'm going to let that go for a little bit. And I want to talk about our next ingredient, which is the most important ingredient, I think, for a base, the tea. It's our cranberries. And the cranberries are amazing for so many things. Native Americans used to use them to make red dyes for their clothing, but they're really packed with antioxidants and vitamin C. As a matter of fact, some people credit cranberries for helping cure cancers of different sorts. Some people say that they really help with the kidneys and help urinary tract infections. I can actually vouch for that one myself. Last year I assisted my boyfriend in curing his urinary tract infection by making this tea. He wasn't feeling so hot, and he had been to the doctor that morning, and she told him, she gave him some penicillin and told him, well, you're just going to have to tough this one out. It'll be better in a couple of days. And he came over, and so he's like, I just don't feel well, and explained all the symptoms. And I said, you know what, we're going to go to the store and we're going to get some cranberries and stuff. And he went, oh, good, cranberry stuff. What he heard was cranberry stuff, thinking, the cranberry pills? What I meant was cranberries and stuff. Like honey, lemon, nutmeg, cinnamon, that kind of thing. And so when we got to the store, he went towards the medicine aisle, I went towards the produce. We took 3 steps away from each other and turned around and went, wait, where are you? Where are you going? And
you have to talk about that day.
So he's the cameraman. That's why he's
hey, folks.
Little bashful back there. But so he's like, wait, what are you doing? And I told him, just like I'm telling you, why it is that we use the ingredients that we use for this. And that one I used lemon, and this one we're going to use slightly different ingredients. So I see that the water's just about ready. See, when the water starts doing this, it means that it's about to be at a boil. So I'm going to take my cranberries here. I haven't really measured them out too much, but I'm just going to put them in, and you'll see that they're floating right about now. And eventually what's going to happen when the water starts really rolling, when it starts really boiling, these things are going to pop. And if you keep the lid off, once in a while you get what I call a jumper, and they'll pop right out of the pan and onto the stove. So we're going to put a lid on these today. It might sound like gunshots, because that happens when you've got a really stubborn batch of cranberries that just don't want to open up for you. I'm going to go ahead and put my top on there, and that'll take just a moment. That'll take just a few minutes to do that. And so while we're waiting for that, I'm going to go through just the very simple other ingredients that we have here. Now normally I like to use local honey when I use honey, but this is not local honey. It's still good stuff. The reason that you want to use honey in something like this, especially if you're using it to help somebody with a urinary tract infection, it's an antibiotic. It's a natural antibiotic. It's not nearly as strong as the stuff that you'll get from the doctor, but you don't really need a lot of that most of the time, especially if you get something that is right at the beginning. Um, then I've got ground cinnamon, which is awesome because ground cinnamon does a whole lot of things for your body. It's actually a cleaner of sorts for your bloodstream, and it helps out your cells by cleaning them out as well. And then nutmeg.
The most important.
Well, some say it's the most important. Some say it's the most fun.
Yeah.
This is Connecticut. It's the nutmeg state, and and nutmeg and cinnamon. That combination is really considered a very fall sort of a combination. It's a very relaxing combination. People think of that and they think of Thanksgiving, they think of, pumpkin pie and good eats, right? But here's the thing about nutmeg. Nutmeg has a property about it that not too many people know about. One of the properties of nutmeg is that they will actually put it in water and mix it in water for cocaine addicts who are in recovery. And the reason that they do that is that cocaine has this property where it just totally mellows you out. So the tea that I'm making today, which can also be used as a juice if you cool it in the fridge, is awesome for women who are experiencing the lovely symptoms of PMS. The bloating, the irritation, the part where you really want to punch people.
The part that makes us hide for a couple of days.
Yes, the part that makes men run screaming for the hills. Alright, so I'm going to take a second and just peek in here.
Let's check it out.
This is coming out really nicely. Now you see how there's all the different variations in color in the cranberries? That's because some of the juice has already leaked out of some of the lighter ones. I mean, there's a variation in color in cranberries anyway, but these are a lot lighter than they were. The ones that are darker have not popped yet. See, the one just popped right on camera. Did you catch that?
Mm-hmm.
These are quiet today. Normally they're like bam, 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 and they're rocking the house as they go.
Maybe it's because you're frozen.
I'm frozen?
No, I says maybe it's because they were frozen.
Maybe.
The fresh ones pop like popcorn.
Maybe. Well,
they were fresh, but
I froze them for a couple days so this way we could do the video. But this is coming along really, really nicely. And what's cool about this is that when you're done making this tea, you actually get it with cool chutney left over. I'm going to turn this down. It's about time to turn it down now that it's all boiling and they're all really starting to pop. I'm going to turn it down, not quite too low, but almost. To simmer. And this will take a little while. Just a little bit. You'll know when it's done. When the water is bright red, then you'll know that it's done. As it's simmering, I'm going to actually add the rest of the ingredients. So I'm going to take my honey first. And we're just going to go a couple rounds here. 1, 2, 3 rounds. That's a lot for some people. I happen to like a lot of honey in mine, so it's good stuff. And then we'll gotta get my spoon to stir, and just lightly go around. Let's see.
no, this is preferably local honey, but any honey will do, pretty much.
You want to be sure that it's not Africanized bees, though.
That pretty much cuts out. I mean, basically, the way to see that is a lot of honey you buy in the store. If you read the back, it'll say product of Mexico.
Or Brazil.
Yeah, those are Africanized bees.
Most of the time. But if you have it from the States, then most of the time it's not. But if you look at the color of the see, it's almost there. It's a nice pinkish color. It's going to get a little bit darker. And then you'll know you're set. So the next thing I'm going to throw in here is our cinnamon. Oh, the smell. Doesn't that smell so good?
It smells great.
I'm a little heavy-handed with the spices sometimes. And after that, it's our nutmeg. So I'm going to stir the cinnamon in for a second. And let's see. Yeah, see, we've almost got it. Almost got it there. And we're going to go right in for the nutmeg. Now the nutmeg I'm a little more careful with because it does have that sort of euphoric effect.
Just make a pot of euphoric tea.
I like to use the caps to measure sometimes, but I don't know if you can you see that?
Let's see. Yeah, about a capful. Well,
Yeah,
not a cap full.
No, just covering the bottom of the cap. Yeah, a cap full, that's a quite different story. That is going to be where people are sort of floating on air walking around here.
Well.
So, stir it up a little bit.
How's it looking? Yeah.
Now we're getting there.
Yeah. So a lot of the cranberries are starting to turn white.
Yeah, see like this guy right here? This is what happens when the juices sort of come out, because now that nice bright red color is now in the water. Whereas like this one, some of the juices came out, but some of them didn't. These two.
And you said you could save that and make chutney?
Yeah, you know what? It's really easy to turn something like this into a chutney. Really, really, really easy. And it's kind of, it's not a true chutney, but it's still delicious. It is still truly delicious. As a matter of fact, my little, you like this? My little contraption here with the strainer and the bowl. It's
very, very, very inventive.
Yes. I'm sure, you know, I was the only one to think about it.
Yeah, I was going to say, you better get a lawyer and get a patent on that.
Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start scooping out the cranberries a little bit. I'm going to turn this off. And then I'm going to scoop the cranberries. And I'm going to put them right in my bowl here. So I'm going to get this a little bit closer. Thankfully, this is not the type of stove that one thing heats up and they all heat up. So I'm going to put it right in here.
That looks like a humongous pipe screen.
Kinda.
Yeah.
And I know the cranberries look a little bit crazy looking, but you can eat them just like that. Let them cool a little bit, and they'll get, because of the honey that's on them, you add a little bit more honey, and they get almost like a jelly around them, and that's really tasty stuff. That's a really tasty side dish. So we're going to keep going with this, and keep putting these in. Just like that. And now we've got two entirely different things here.
Okay, I'll get that out of your way. Where is it?
I got it. I got it. Got our makeshift chutney here. And we've got our tea right here.
You just let that cool off?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the final product. So the tea looks like that. When in the cup, ready to drink.
Just like that. Oh, mine's almost gone.
You can't see yours. Yours is in a dark cup.
But it's good nonetheless.
Just want to say thank you for watching today. And also I want to let you know how I'm doing on those goals. Remember last time we talked about the goals? I am 7 pounds.